Hello, class. This is Miss Mooney, and today we're going to talk about building vocabulary by using context clues. This story is taken from a book about a girl named Eleanor who hates almost everything about her summer camp. Her friend Joplin, wants her to like camp more, and she has coached her for her swimming test. Let's see how it goes. The title is Angelfish. And the introduction says Eleanor hates everything about camp except her friend Joplin. She hates the food, the activities, the bugs, and mostly swimming. She wants to get out of the guppy group. I still had to go to swim lessons, though. And after our 7th lesson, our teacher tested us to see who could move on beyond guppy. I worked so hard during the test to breathe just right and show my teacher a strong kick. I was determined to tread water the longest, and I did it. I pedaled a bike very slowly, just like Joplin had taught me, and outlasted all the other guppies, only by 6 seconds. But still, I did it. Congratulations, my teacher said to me after I'd swum back to the dock. You are officially an angelfish. My whole cabin was hovering when she said that because I told Joplin about the test, and she told everyone else. They all jumped up and down and cheered for me. In this mini lesson, we'll identify unfamiliar words or words that we don't know, and then I'll show you how to use the context clues from the sentences around the unknown word to determine what an unfamiliar word means. Using context clues will help you figure out an unknown word in any text you read. I'm not sure what the word tread means. Let's look for it. I know that a tread is something on a bike tire, but that doesn't make sense in this sentence. I'll have to use context clues. Sometimes context clues are in the same sentence as the unknown word, but sometimes they may be found in the nearby sentence. So let's go back to just a sentence or two behind, and I'm going to underline it. So this sentence right before the sentence with the unknown word says, I worked so hard during the test to breathe just right and show my teacher a strong kick. In the sentence before, it's clear that she's taking a swimming test. In this sentence, it says tread water. The tread is something Eleanor is doing. It's an action word, a verb, and it's something she's doing in the water. So my definition of tread can be related to what I already know about that word. In the very next sentence, it says that she pedaled a bike very slowly. That is a definition of what she's doing on an important type of context clues. And I'll bracket that. So my definition of tread is move feet in pedaling motion in the water. I'll check my definition in the sentence, and it makes sense. I can always double check in a dictionary. Other types of context clues provide synonyms, words that mean the same, antonyms, words that mean the opposite, or examples of what the word is. These are the other kinds of context clues that we'll encounter as we continue to read together. So for examples, let's look at an example of an example. With, like, or such as. Certain beverages, such as milk, juice, and tea, are best served cold. If you didn't know what the word beverage meant, by looking at the examples they give, milk, juice, tea, you can use context clues to decide that beverages means drinks. Synonyms means the same. The scrawny puppy, if you didn't know what the word scrawny meant, you could keep reading, was so thin that he broke my heart. Thin is a synonym for the word scrawny. For antonyms, mean the opposite. I hoped the stamp was valuable, but it was worthless. Using this context clue, you can define the word valuable by reading in the sentence that it has a antonym and knowing that worthless means that it's not worth a lot, and valuable means then you can infer that valuable means it is worth a lot. And definition, just like in this part of the story, when she said, I pedaled a bike very slowly, that's an example of a definition in the sentence. The tundra was a cold, barren, and rugged land. In this sentence, the word tundra is defined. Using what we learned about context clues, go ahead and use context clues to define the word outlasted. I will underline it for you. There will be a question about what to do on your Edpuzzle, but remember, you are going to try to use context clues to define the word outlasted. Now that you have defined the word outlasted, let's talk about it. So I'm going to circle the word outlasted, and I know that what I can do first is to go back and see if there's any context clues in my paragraph. So I'm going to look forward, and I see that only by 6 seconds is a time. And if I go back here, I see that she says I was determined to tread water the longest, and I did it. So that gives us a little more context. And then we go back and we read the sentence before. I pedaled a bike very slowly, just like Joplin had taught me, and outlasted all the other guppies, only by 6 seconds. So we can tell by these context clues that she pedaled her bike very slowly and that she outlasted all of the other guppies, and that is why she moved on to her being an angelfish. So using this and knowing that she beat them by 6 seconds, I can tell that it was during the water test, and that we defined the word tread, which means to pedal slowly in the water. So using these context clues, I can define outlasted as maybe taking being in the water longer than the other guppies by 6 seconds. I've just shown you how to use context clues to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. Your job is to now do the same when you read on your own. When you come to an unfamiliar word, mark it with a sticky note. Then hunt for clues next to or nearby the word to determine its meaning. Be prepared to share your unfamiliar word and the context clues you found to figure it out.